Guys. Okay. So yesterday we introduced advanced stats, right? So in advanced stats, what was the first concepts we covered yesterday? Hypothesis testing. So we learn rather than I write, just go up and um, yep, advanced stats. So the first concept is a statement hypothesis. All right. So we understood hypothesis testing. The first one, hypothesis testing, and it's better. Just one moment. So this is statement and this become an hypothesis. This become an hypothesis. All right. And so here, null hypothesis, alternative hypothesis. So the next one is null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. That's right. So we also learn accept the null hypothesis when close towards mean and reject the null hypothesis far from mean. Far from mean. Clear? So yesterday we understood this part. Now the next one, what is performance measures of regressions, guys? Performance measures of regression is R square and adjusted R square. So just copy and I mentioned this adjusted R square. And what is range? The range is 0 to 1. Clear? What is performance measures of classification? Performance measures of classification is confusion matrix. Then type 1 error, type 2 error. Okay. I'm sure you remember this example, isn't it? Yeah. So false positive and false negative, type 1. Okay. So what is p-value range? 0.05. And we need to compare with significance value. We need to compare with significance value. This is a p-value. All right. And what is y equal to mx plus c? Y is actual or predicted? Actual. Very good. M is slope. X is independent variable. C is constant. Am I clear or not? This part we done. So what is error? Y minus y hat means actual minus predicted. So this is also called error, residual, loss function, and anything OLS, ordinary least squared. All right, this part we done. ANOVA. What is ANOVA? Analysis of variance. We have SST, SSE, SSR, isn't it? So here R squared, what is the formula? 1 minus SST by SSR, SSR by SST. Clear, guys? And then adjusted R square is always greater than R squared. And finally, we done regression table, which will generate after build the regressions model and statistical concept towards machine learning is completed. Statistics is ocean. So what we learn, statistics towards machine learning is completed. Okay. Online team, are you understand? Everyone up to this? Offline guys? Are we clear? Yes, good. Now copy and mention today is 38. So far, there's a lot of things we learn in these many days. And the first one, you know what is regression, classifications, dependent variable, independent variable. By look at the data sets, you can say whether this comes under regressions, whether this comes under the first one, machine learning. Yes, let's start machine learning today. And this is very easy topic. This is no code. Machine learning does not require any code, but is required theory plus little coding because packages are take care of you. Because packages are take care of it, data structures and everything. Take care of data structures and all those things. Anyway, before that, let's introduce traditional learning. See, in entire classes, I will show the pictorial representations, means pictures. Pictures will remember more rather than theories. Okay, so let me go ahead. And today we understood machine learning, and this is third introductions. But before I want to introduce this slides, refer to this. In prior programming languages like C, C++, Java, a user write input, understand? Then write a logic. So model process and generate output. For example, 2 plus 3, this is input, this is logic, the output generate or not. This is what traditional programming language. This is what traditional programming language. In machine learning, we feed input, we feed output as well. Input is what? 2 and 3. Output is what? 5. So machine generates a logic. This logic is called models. Clear or not? So what is traditional learning? What is machine learning? Now, if this plus I deploy in any website, what happened? The model predict or not? End user, let's enter 40 and 41. If the model predicts 78, what is accuracy of the model? Can I say between 80 or not? But if I say 40 and 41, if the model predicts 80, what is accuracy? Maybe 95. If I'll say 40 and 41 is 81, what is accuracy of the model? 100%. The future predictions depends on past. The future predictions depends on past. Guys, are we clear? So today, online team, understand or not up to this? So what is meant by traditional learning? What is meant by machine learning? So let me, okay, I give plenty of example. The first one, in traditional learning, the user or developer feed input plus program and which generate output generates, isn't it? But in machine learning, the user input, output, and model creates a logic. So the logic is called model. And using this model, we will predict the future. Now the question, why we predict the future? If you predict the future, the company business grows. If you predict the future, the company business grows. For example, I'll give you, let's say, so team, are you understand this one? So today, the first concept, traditional learning versus machine learning, ML. Machine will learns from historical data. Machines will learn from historical data. The data is structured data. The data is, understand or not? Okay, I'll give you some more example. Do you know in 10th class, everyone has a board exam or not, guys? Isn't it? In that exam, we get a model paper. We get a, in that model paper, question given, answer also given. Are you getting my point? In the 10th class model paper, we have question along with answers. So when we study the question answers in the brain, the model creates or not? That called training phase. What phase? Now, whenever you build any ML model, we have two phases, training phase and testing phase. What is training phase? Before exam, the model brain is trained with question and answer, question and answers, question and answers. The model creates. In the test exam, when you write, if you train the brain well, you got distinction or not? So that's called, I hope you understood what is meant by training phase. What's meant by, very simple, what do you say, example. Training phase and testing phase. Now, okay, before, let's assume another example. In Amazon, let's say you never has an account. First, you log into the account for the first time. What ask? It asks for registrations. Or maybe you book any item to purchase. You ordered, like you didn't order, you select. By default, internet goes down. What happened? You re-log in second time or not? When you re-log in second time, so first items which you selected, it will pop up or not? It will pop up or not? It will pop up. I mean to say, your device, machine understand with historical data. What was historical data here? The first time when you select the item. When you select the item. So I mean to say, so the first concepts today, see, machine learning, very important topic, very interesting topic. So the first concepts, what is machine learning, guys? Machine learning learns the historical data. From the historical data, build the model. Model will predict the future. Then data. From the historical data, build the model. Model will predict the future. Then test the model. Then deploy the model. Then maintain the model. Then retrain the model. These many phases we have. Understand? Now let me tell you why we need to learn ML and what benefits we get here. For example, Tata, manufacturing company or not? Tata, manufacturing company. Assume you guys work as a data scientist or ML engineer in Tata. Now let's say you build the model, you predict that next year, you build the model, next year you suggest that 1000 Tata customers will purchase the vehicle. Model predict. So when you say 1000, let's assume, what if on the next year Tata manufactured 10 lakhs Tata vehicle, company will lose or not? Company will lose or not, guys? A huge loss. Understand? If you predict next year, my model predicts to manufactured only 1000. So if this guy manufactured like 3000 or maybe 2000, so no loss. So because of your suggestion, the company save from the failure or not? Online team, are you understand what I'm speaking or not? Experienced people, freshers, non-technical guys. So now using ML model predicts what is the forecast in train which boggy is about to defect in next month. Do you know L&T one machinery item cost is more than 20 crore? You see the constructions going on in national highways or not? Do you know what is machinery cost? 20 crore. If you take machinery components, can we create data set or not? If I write down components, like if I have a car, wheels, steering, engine, can I create a data set? Yes or no? Now you build the model, that model will predict in next month, what is the probability of failure, the body part? It is impact or not? So the question is how? The question is, that's why we need to learn these algorithms, guys. So an entire journey, I'll not only introduce the algorithms, I'll speak you how these algos are implemented in reality. Day-to-day life, we following it or not? So there's a lot of things we're gonna build, guys, with this one. So this is very interesting topic, and ML framework. The first one is sklearn. Second one is XGBoost. The third one is LGBM. The three frameworks is very important. So you can, okay, good. Now ML framework, sklearn, XGBoost, LGBM. We need to implement all these frameworks in upcoming days. sklearn has more popular for machine learning, guys. Clear? So let me repeat again, the student who joined late, I just reviewed yesterday's session. Don't worry, if you understand, not understand, we'll have next one. If you miss any session till yesterday, if you didn't practical before, leave it. Okay? Considered today is your class started, not for the everyone, the student who missed prayer classes. Considered. So right now you can apply for data analyst jobs, business analyst job. Also, you can apply for Python developer. From the day 1 to 37 session, you can apply for 3 job role now onwards. But yes, data analyst, I didn't explain Power BI Tableau, but that's okay. If you want to apply, I'll share this link. You can refer to that. You can apply 3. Python developer, still a lot of we didn't complete, but at this moment you can apply the 2 job role. You can also apply intern. Understand? Okay. Anyway, so today's session, I started with review yesterday's sessions. Share the material and links. I will share this weekend. Review yesterday's session, and then traditional learning versus machine learning. All right. So machine learns, that's what we call data is gold, mine, diamond. Historical data is very important, guys. Historical data also we call as legacy database, legend. We call legend legacy databases. We have many databases. We come back later, all those things, historical data. Historical data, traditional learning. Are you understand what is meant by model or not? Did you learn what is meant by model? So what is meant by model? So how many model we have? Regressions model or regression algo, classifications model or classifications algo, and clustering model or clustering algo. Every day I'll complete one algorithm. We'll do practical. I'll give you some task. By the time 3 weeks or 1 month, it will be done. We move on to the next concepts, advanced part. Clear? Okay, try this. Just go to this graph now. So what is traditional learning? In traditional learning, we feed input, we write a program. For example, 2 plus 3, the model generate output. This is called traditional. What is machine learning? To machines you feed input and you feed output, the model processed and generate a logic. This is called model. And using this model, we predict the future. Using this model, we predict the future. This part clear. Next. Do you see this? 7 steps. Gather data, prepare a data, choose a model, train the data, evolutions, hyperparameter tuning, predictions. AI, ML, RL, DL. Anyway, ML divide into supervised, unsupervised. Supervised comes under classifications, regressions. Unsupervised comes under clustering. This, see the architecture is clear? I hope you know this now. Next one. What are machine learning algorithms? Machine learning algorithms are engines of machine learning, meaning algorithms that turns a data set into model. The model turns into visualizations, predictions. The predictions can help business to grow their money. End of the day, because of this learning, when a company hire you, because of you, company should earn 1 crore. You understand, guys? Why? See, in organizations, if you give a profit of 1 crore, company will pay you 10 lakhs. Do you know the strategy? Here, do you see? First, every terms we called as data science. Data science, after complete the classes also, many people confuse what is data science, what is AI. Let me tell you, I just try to explain a thin line, very clear line. AI, generative AI, it is we create a application, front end applications, guys. Clear? Are you guys understand or not? What we call front end application. Chat GPT. It is a front end application or not? This is a generative AI with prompt. With prompt. In the back end, we write machine learning algorithms, ML model. We are a backend model, DL model, NLP models, and computer vision model. So this is backend, this is front end. Are you clear? So how do we build all this model? We required Python program or not? We required Python program. And once we build the model, we check the performance of the model. To check performance of the model, we need statistics. Understand? And to visualizations of the model, we need some library data analysis or not? Team, are you clear? Online team. So when I combine all those things, this is called data science. So data science field is keep growing and infinity. When I explain 2021, no word about generative AI LLM model. But I was heard a research about DeepMind. DeepMind is nothing but it's a Google Gemini. DeepMind. Now quantum computing, IBM now. All right. So these are researchers. Now this research is success on 2023. This is 2024. Now, whoever interviews, take interview. Now, he himself doesn't know much about generative AI. So you understand what I'm speaking. If you're little prompt and you have a good common sense, good presentation skills, and good talkative and way to mature in thinking, your package will grow to 30 LPA just like that. Very less people understand what I'm trying to say. The guy who take interview himself doesn't know, man. He also learning like me. Understand, team? So because 2020 we don't have generative AI, we have to learn or not? I have to learn. The experienced people are learning. Everybody has to learn, guys. Next one. Just go to this part. So next time, if anyone asks what is difference between AI, MLDL, would you explain or not? Would you explain, guys? I'll explain again key term machine learning. The data we play around with numbers. AI part NLP. What is data? Text data. Deep learning, neural network, or maybe ANN. We again work with number. CNN, the data is image, video. RNN, we deals with speech. Can you tell me in the world, a part of this, any other data you can see? In the world, a part of this data, any other data you can see? No. If you have numbers, you can play with ML algos. If you have text, you work with NLP. So this is ML concepts, this is AI concept. In AI, a user trained some data set to the machine. Understand, guys? But now in generative AI, there is a no user, no training part. Okay. The model trained from large data means the data trains from internet directly, textbook. Understand? Websites. Automatical or not? Automatically. So don't you think the data is very large or not? The data is, that's why we called LLM models. Now LLM models, we have many companies are introduced like MS, Microsoft, OpenAI, GPT, Google, Gemini, and then Meta, Llama 3, and then we have Cloudy as well, Amazon, also Cloudy. Understand? So build this LLM model, to build this LLM model, we required some agents. What is agent does in real time? If you go to, let's say, bank, they'll help you to apply loans or not. If you go to court, the agent will help you do setting butting, isn't it? They'll do setting or not. What is the agent? Here, to build this generative AI, we have some frameworks called LangChain. And you build LLM models using Grok, using Creo AI. So I'm going to take a workshop on Creo AI, Mistral AI, Ollama. We build locally. So it still expand. And sometimes some of the LLM models are not trained because in ChatGPT, sometimes you get inaccurate answers or not. So you need to retrain the model again. So when you retrain, sometimes we need to do manually, which called fine tune. I'll talk about this later. So there RAG comes into the picture. So RAG means we have simple RAG and multi-model RAG. What is simple RAG does? Text to text. And multimodal RAG, guys, you can play around with image, a video, audio. Are you getting my point? So this is all those things. Retrieval argument. So these LLM models are stored in vector database. Text. So text, don't understand by machine. Text is represent in the form of embedded vector. In EDA, have we learned transformers, category to numbers or not? This is called transformers. So the text will convert to embedded vectors. So that's what every time I try to introduce some of the workshops to bring on table, so that before you learn, yeah, we had a workshop on RAG. Very nicely explained, guys, that one. Okay, very nicely explained. I'm working on multimodal RAG. How can I explain easily to non-technical? So my question to 7:30 p.m. batch, answer, guys. Don't you think we need to learn this beautiful codes or not? You got idea now? What is Creo, Mistral, Olama, and there's a lot of frameworks we have. You have to learn this, man. Life is all about study. The moment when you don't study, the cash flow will stop. The moment when money flow to the bank account, the brain will activate. You understand what I'm speaking? The moment when cash flow stops, brain will inactivate. So what is your next step? Don't be a researcher. First step, get job. Let's money come to the bank account. And lifetime study. Lifetime student. I don't know how many of them clear. This is a solid line. Clear, guys? Okay, good. Length the traditional. So you can answer this later when we have LLM. LLM comes now. Prior, we don't have LLM, right? Umakant. Okay. Just go to the next one. So guys, if anyone ask AI application, ML, NL, neural network, deep learning, generative AI, and look at this hierarchy. This one I don't introduce 1.5 years back because I have only this diagram up to this. Now this two I added. In future might be something will added, I don't know. So we have to keep updating or not. So the moment when you don't update, somebody will bite on us and we go up. And we always push back. Don't let others to grow. You should grow. Anyway, let's go ahead. Now next part. ML model versus large language model. ML model, we pass data or not? In ML model, definitely I will see. I'll every month I will take more workshops. The moment where you comments more, I will update more workshops because I'll charge. Isn't it, guys? So definitely when you take a session, you don't inform to the students, guys, have likes, comments, and shares. The same things you need to do, then we can do it, guys. Trust me, I will do very hard work, guys. So you have to do that. Okay. What I want by the batch complete, I need minimum 10 of us from this batch. Minimum 10. I wanted to introduce for the first time, I'm introduced these heap, queue, stack, not much, but still very important one I'll cover. All right. Actually, we don't require it because we have packages will take care of it. But see this architecture. We have a data. We write algorithms. We cleaned and predict. It is a spam email or non-spam email. We do this. This is ML model clear or not? Guys, don't sleepy offline team. Very beautiful codes. How do you feel sleepy, man? LLM model. We feed data plus prompts. LLM model trained itself by GPT-3. No training required. And then predicted spam or non-spam. Guys, understand or not? Okay. What is prompt? I'll explain later. In CLI, in ChatGPT, you write a question or not? That is a prompt. You get one search box, Kalyan. That is the prompt. CLI, command line interpreter or not? Command line prompt. So in GPT, we enter a prompt. So I'm planning to do one workshops in prompt engineering. I'll give you the link. Okay, please follow that. Anyway, we'll cover later. These things would be fine. Now, guys, I just try to explain. So very simple. Leave it all those things. Today's session, understand machine learning. I introduce machine learn from historical data. So machine learning has two phases. Machine learning has how many phases? Training phase and testing phase. That means I pass data to my model. It's training. Now the data is accurate or not, we have to test it or not. That's why we have two phases. Now training phase again divide into two parts. X train and Y train. Understand, guys? Testing phase again divide into two parts. X test and Y test. So total how many phases? 4 phases. X train, Y train, X test, Y test. So remember, I told you what is training phase, guys. At the exam, we train our brain with question and answers. The model developed in the brain. At testing phase, we go and write an exam. And if the model trained well, the exam score is accurate. When the exam score accurate, you got a distinction. Your money will less. Understand how many phases? Okay, so these many phases we done. Let's go here and try now. Training phase, testing phase. I want to explain the small example. Maybe you understand some of them, or maybe we do it later. I'll give you practical tomorrow, or maybe today if we time models, bring tomorrow laptop, we do this practical. How do I split the data? How do I split the data? Okay. So if you see this graph, one moment. Train test split, yep. Okay, see, I have some of the data set, guys, all right? Assume some records I have here. So in this case, this is data set or not? We work with many visualization in the data set, guys. So target variable means what? X or Y? This would be Y, guys. Isn't it? This would be Y. So can I split my data set into X and pretty clear? Pretty clear or not? Now, X will divide into X train, understand or not? And X test, because this is X. Y is divided into Y train and Y test. So the question is how to divide. Division proportions we have. So the division proportions is 75% always goes for training part, 25% goes for testing part. This is one proportion. Another one, 80% goes for training part, 20% goes for testing part. Another one, 70% goes for training part, 30% goes for testing part. Okay, for example, we go to market to purchase mango. All right. So you want to buy 3 kilo mango. Would you test all the mango and you purchase? Your piece one slice, right? So test always be minimum. Train would be very high. Guys, are you getting my point or not? So here 70 and 85, 15. Remember, this would be your test, train test split ratio. So how do we split the ratio, guys? 75, 25. Out of 100 records, 75 records gives to train, 25 records give to test. How? Tomorrow we do practical for this. Tomorrow we do practical for this, what I'm saying. Clear? In this case, let's do it again. So we have X is divided into X and Y. This would be X train. This would be X test. Y train, and are you clear or not? Now, we train the model with X train plus Y train. This part we training. Now model generate some, okay, we train the model, we train to the machine, machine generate the model. So which model? This is M1. We need to check whether the model is accurate or not. I have to pass some record or not. So this X test, I want to pass to the model. Now model will generate some predicted table. Okay, guys, I will repeat again. Listen to me and answer this. Okay, no problem. I will explain multiple times, and tomorrow we do practical. All things would be clear how exactly it works. But if you understood theory, then this would be nice. So here, this would be, I'm going to do a force split. X train and Y train. Clear? And this would be X test. I have some records, guys. Let's say student roll numbers, salary, and student pass the exam. Or maybe some of the, this is Y part, this is X. Independent, dependent or not? How do I train the model? Question and answers. Question and answers I have to train or not? Guys, this is question, this is answer. This is question, this is answer. So I need to train the machine with X train and Y train. The data trained or not? Now the machine generate a model M1. So the model is accurate or not? We have to test it or not, guys? So these records X test, I want to pass here. Assume the student in 1010, assume this is actual student or not? This is actual table. Now the model predicted 1011. So this is actual table. This is predicted table. Can you tell me what is accuracy of actual table versus predicted table? Out of 4 records, first 1 and 1 accurate predictions, 0 and 0 accurate predictions, 1 and 1 accurate predictions, 0 and 1 misclassification. Can I say I think greater than 85% or not? Because 4 records means you won't consider like this. Maybe I can say go more than 80%, guys. So guys, are you understand? So how to train the data? We train the data with X train, Y train. All right, X train, and that's okay, Vamshi. I just have some records. So if you say 4 records, 4 into 2500 or not? Now you can consider like this. 4 into 4 records means 4 in 2500. Now one error. Yeah, you can say 75, 80. That's fine, guys. But if you say 1010, if the model predicted 1010, what is model predicts, guys? 100% or not? The model is predicted 100%. So in here, so online team, how many of them clear? Can you please just type C clear, guys? Okay. Only X test, someone ask a questions, is given to, no, Srikant, X train, Y train. What we given? We need to train our questions or answer, guys. See, in 10th class exam, we need to train or test first. I have to train. So first train the model. I train my brain with question and answers. So first part comes on X train, Y train. Then we have X test. Then we compare with predictions. All the practical, I'm going to introduce both validations and testing same. Validations is different, testing is different. I'll explain later this concept. Clear? Pratish, how the questions and answers is different. So after we train the model, when we apply X test and Y test. Umakant, so that's why tomorrow we do practical. For this one, tomorrow we do practical. Bring your laptop. One, go for, let's say, student is play for 3 hours, study for 4 hours, okay, and play, study, sleep for 9 hours. His result is pass. 1. His result is pass. Is a 1 record or not? Now it is Y or X. I hope someone asked questions. Are you clear? What is meant by question? What is meant by answer? Are you guys clear or not? Now this is Y, this is X. So that's what I'm saying. The data divide into X and Y. Do you know how the data divide? Do you know slicing or not? We learned dot ilog, we learned. Tomorrow we apply this concept, all those things. So at this moment, just tomorrow, everyone bring your laptop. We're going to do workshop. I mean, a lot of things we develop, and I try to introduce some more machine learning and introduce sklearn as well. And we introduce sklearn as well. Try this. So I will write down the few concepts. The data set we load. How do you load? Import pd.read_csv. We load the data set first. Next, we split the data. What is the next step? We split the data. How to split? Independent and dependent variable. And X again split into X train, X test. Y again split into Y train, Y test. And what are the split ratios? Split ratios, always remember, I mean, we have like 75, 25. I'm sorry, 75, 25, 80, 20, 70, 30, 70, 30. And this, you always consider this. Or rare cases, you can mention 85 and if the model accuracy not increase. So guys, this is part we clear. Now, next one. And we train the machine with X train plus Y train. The model will generate 2, 3, 5. We have 2, 3, 5. Model plus creates or not? The model will generate. Next. Then we pass or we feed X test to the generated model. And model predicts. Model create predictions table or not? Model create the prediction table. And we compare with actual table versus prediction table equal to accuracy. Don't worry, I will have this part and we introduce all those things tomorrow session. Clear up to this? So tomorrow I want everyone to bring back laptop and let's see. So the first one, testing data, and testing data is a separate portion of the data set that is not used during the training. Are you clear or not? We not use at the cleaning workflow rather than theory. Now, if let's say we have sales price, 100 houses, 75 houses goes for training, 25 houses goes for testing. Are you clear? So we do practical tomorrow. So that means the training a model training set we considered 75 and 25. In the data sets, if you have 10 records, 75 means what? 7 records goes to training, 3 records goes to testing. That's what we're going to build. And how to see that? Tomorrow we introduce this code, not today. So features, there's a lot of things we introduce, but before that, are we clear this concept? Yes or no? Up to this, pretty clear? So today we understood traditional learning, machine learning, and then what is AI, ML, data science, LLM models, and how things works, and what is new terms coined in the market. And then we have data set. We load the data set, split into X and Y. Again, X train, X test, Y train, Y test. We do it. We split it and we continue the model. But before, I need to teach you all algorithms as well. So things will everyday practical from tomorrow onwards. Everyday practical now. Everyday one algorithms we guys going to work. Are we clear this one? Next. Uh, Another concepts I want to introduce. No, I don't explain now because you don't understand. So here, data pre-processing. You bought laptops or we do tomorrow? Let's do tomorrow, not today. It will. I try to introduce functions now. Can we go to the Python function? So what are the topic we covered? We just covered ML introductions and phases of ML and train test split ratio, three techniques we just covered today. Understand, guys? Next, in function, just go here. Where do we stop the function? Stop here. I mean, see this. Up to this code, do we pass any argument to the function? Greet function is empty argument or not? Greet function without argument. See, now let's pass an argument to the function. So let's understand this. I define an add function. This add function with, so we did the part passing the argument. Yeah. So we add with two arguments, x comma y. All right. And here c equal to x plus y and print c. Just go ahead and check. We get this output or not? So if I remove this, what happened, guys? You get error or not? Because add functions, okay, because add function, so here two argument, but user pass one argument or not? So that's why it got error. Has two. Now the moment when you say 5 comma 6 comma 7, what happened? Missing how many? What is error type will change now? Add missing. Add takes two argument, but here we define three part. So this part we done this. Try this now. So here we see x plus y plus z and 1 for 5. Pretty clear, guys, this one? And we also done this before. I think the best way to write the code is we already done this. First, all the define one side and call at the bottom. This is the proper code, as I said. Next one. Remember, whenever you define a def functions, make sure you need to use return keyword. Understand, guys? You need to use return the function. I mean to say just here, look at this. In this code, so we done return C. So up to this, we had a print or not? Do this code now. Greet, hello, good noon. Let's call the greet functions. Return the variable. Return the variable. Always remember, call the function. Return the variable. So add xy, c, x plus y, return c. Are you guys clear or not here? Now check this. You got output. Understand? What is return? So the same code. This is what we already done. As a function, we have two choice. Whenever we call the function is do the task for you. Function is do the task for you. Try this now. So here in one function, you can do multiple operations, guys. In one functions, you can do multiple operations. For example, Define a functions which holds addition and subtractions of two argument. Or let's create a variable c equal to x plus y, d equal to x minus y. Understand or not? Return cd. So what is output I get now? What is output we get, guys? So you get, but don't you think the output is in tuple format or not? The output is, but the question is why? Here, internally, we define a two variables. That means we want two variables as well or not for declarations. That means 9, 1. Here, what happened? Let's check the same code. I create a variable called result and type of result is tuple. But I don't want tuple. I need 4 plus 5 is 9 and 4 minus 5 is minus 1. The two value I want. Understand, guys? So two value I want. But system understand by default as tuple. So because two operations, I create one variable or not? If I create two variable, then the problem is solved now. Let's have a look at this now. So two operations, two argument xy, variable c store x plus y, d store x minus y, return cd, this part clear, stored with result 1, result 2, print result 1, result 2. Now, I hope you, again, it is a tuple, I mean this one. Guys, are you clear now? This is an integer or not? So in one functions, can you do multiple operations or not? You can do x into y, x divide y, or you can add more argument as well. You can do a g and you can keep adding these values, guys. Team, I hope understand up to this. See, the guys who are already expert, I'm not, you know this, but the one who doesn't know anything, because we try to go back with baby steps, guys. Yeah. So if you don't want a tuple, we need to assign a variable. That's right. If you don't want a tuple, you can have two operations. If you said equal to x into y, can you create result 3 or not? And you can get the output. If you don't mention three variables, so what happened? You can get tuple again. It will store as a tuple again. Now, so guys, I hope you understand this or not. The next one I want to introduce, we will understand later how return useful. How return useful, I will explain this later, guys. All right. So return and yield, I mean generator, iterator, I just come back to that. But before, just I want to introduce this one. Okay. Now the next one is function arguments. So what is this? What are the topic we covered? We understood define a functions, all right, and return variable. Understand? And in one function, we add multiple operations. Understand, guys? And in one code, in one cell, in Jupyter cell, we can define multiple functions. We can define multiple functions. Pretty clear? Now the next one, function arguments. Very powerful topic, this one, and I try to explain very slowly. It divided into two parts. The first one is formal argument. The second one is actual argument. Functions arguments divide into how many parts, guys? Two types, formal argument and actual argument. Now just refer to the code. Define add a plus b. Define add a comma b. How many argument we define? Two. C equals to A plus B variable. Print C. I mean to say internally A refers to 5, B refers to 6. Agree or not? I mean this A and B is called formal argument. 5 and 6 is called actual argument. Understand? A and B is called formal argument. 5 and 6 is called, got the logic? Next. Here, A, B, D. So how many formal argument? 3. How many actual argument? 3. So today, this part is clear. This part is clear. In the function, whenever we pass the argument, that called formal argument, and formal argument always need to define, okay, with the functions, guys. Next, actual argument again divide into 4 part: position, keyword, default, variable length. The first one is positional argument, and the second one keyword argument, the third one default argument, the next one variable length argument. So guys, are we clear this part? Let's understand this positional argument. See this errors now. Define a person name and person age. Person name and age. Print name of a person, print age of the person. Name is refers to NIT, age is refers to 22. Pretty clear or not? So name and age is which argument? Formal argument. NIT 22 is actual argument. Just go ahead and execute. NIT 22, I got my output or not? Understand, guys? If I change this positional argument or not, because name position is NIT, age position is missing. So that's what I got this error as person missing one required positional argument of age. That means the error is crystal clear. But see, if I change 22 and if I change what exactly the error message? Missing one age or name. Shoot it. Now here, I hope you understand this, guys. So internally, it take by default 22 means the position is 22, guys. Not age here. I mean, name position already occurred as 22. Now, if I remove this, now check name and age or not. That means whatever you write 22, that means by default it considered as name's position. Understand? If you check execute, what exactly? Age. That means the 22 is hold in name position. So that's what this is called positional argument. So the moment when I change this, what happened, guys? Are you getting my point? But what if I changed age and name, and when I change this age is 22, now let's check. Do you see now name? Are you guys getting my point? What is meant by positions? That's names positions. That's by default it considered as this positions. So name, and let's go here is. So now let's talk about this one, which NIT and 22. So positional argument or not, guys? Today we understand formal argument, actual argument, actual divided into 4 part. First one, positional argument. What is the next step? What is the next argument? Keyword argument. Okay. Online team, are we clear? Online team, are we clear, guys? Okay, now keyword. Why we required keyword? Refer to this. What if name position is 20? Do you think name is 20? Age is, okay, age is NIT. But here, when you execute this code, you get output or error, guys? Output, because I have two formal, two actual. So check this output. But if I change a little logic here, name never be 22, guys. Name never be 22. Age never be NIT. Because in multiple projects, while you do organizations, we never remember which argument I pass for this, whether this is a name or this is a age. We forgot those things, guys. So to do that one, but if I check this code is work or not? The name is 22, age is NIT. But when I write this code, print name, age become age minus 5. So string minus integer, you get error or not? Name is 20 prints. But the moment age minus 5, NIT minus 5, NIT is a string and 5 is integer. Unsupported operand. What is operator? Operand. 2 is operator. This is operand. Operand means what? You cannot minus string with integer or not? That's what we error got, guys. So there is a problem. The problem in the sense, while we work with multiple big projects, we can't remember, guys, which arguments we need to pass. So that's why what we need to do, we need to introduce a keyword argument. So, but if I do this NIT 20, you got output now? See, because of the change of the positions, I got this error. To overcome this issue, can I mention A is equal to 20, name equal to NIT? Now shoot. This concept is called keyword argument. Guys, are we clear? So this concept's called keyword argument. So when you get this error, string integer, so we can apply as, just have a look at this. Now, keyword argument. Team, are you clear or not? So the keyword means we need to mention age equals to 20, name equal to NIT. It doesn't matter whatever you define in positional formal argument. We don't care it, but we get this output. So guys, I hope understand. I'll stop here. Okay, tomorrow bring your laptop. We'll work machine learning project classes and we continued cohort. Every day I'll complete one algorithms. Don't miss out the sessions. We'll already introduce formulas, introduce or not? In statistics, we know a lot of formulas, guys, isn't it? So we know statistical formulas, summation, standard deviations, variance. These all math. These all formulas. All right. So I'll stop here and I will share all these documents and see you tomorrow, and bring your laptop and we work in the class. I'll share this data set and we start working on it. All right. Thank you.